We will be showing pictures that will remind us of the times we have had with this newly arrived septuagenarian. It has been most difficult to capture an active man on still pictures. When Irwin was a teacher, he wrote an all-encompassing mission statement for himself in which all the words began with the letter I, and which have given purpose to his life pursuits. Integrity, ingenuity, and intensity. Now that he has accomplished all the I's, we will try to do his life as a retiree with the W's. First one, whimsical, playfully fanciful, especially in an appealing way. Three red ones were intensity, integrity, and ingenuity, which has totally described him all his life. Irwin is not only a fluid thinker, but also prolific. If you finally manage to generate one single idea, he can instantly come up with 5 variations. The first idea we encountered when Irwin retired was the sale of our home in Vauxhall and a move to a lovely home in Tabor. We had hardly stashed all the moving boxes when he found us another home in Tabor. His intentions were most noble. My father had moved to Tabor a year before, and Irwin foresaw that he would need some help shortly, and we would be most conveniently situated to look after him. The two of them created all kinds of entertainment for themselves. The two pyromaniacs stickered a long time with some very large candles that showed up one Christmas. Later, Irwin built a sturdy railing so our father could manage the steps into our home. But Irwin's mind was not only domestically occupied. Even though he had retired, he tried all kinds of occupations. First, he studied media production at Lethbridge College. The interest allowed him to be a technician at Miracle Channel, where he made sure there was no black air. Since he was a teacher, Tabor Adult Learning soon begged him to teach ESL, which he did with his usual success as an instructor and a friend. But Irwin had worked hard as a teacher in his first career, so finally he allowed himself a small reward, a Miata sports car. It was so fast and so much fun. But being a practical man, he had to figure out ways to justify the purchase of such a small vehicle. So he visited many relatives in BC and transported packages to work. During the downtime after teaching ESL, he thought he would throw out a fleece and take his resume to Boss Builders. Incredibly, they were looking for a construction worker or a computing office assistant. And here he came in one package. He and Clarence had made quite a thing of Boss Builders. Because of his administrative skills, he has done a lot of the office management. But of greater joy to Irwin is the fact that his job entails driving around with a truck and picking up construction material. It is great fun to back the trucks and trailers into impossible parking places. Basically, Irwin spends his time adjusting and installing doors that now fit perfectly and close smoothly. Little did Clarence realize when he assigned Irwin to clean up the shop that Clarence's life would also be irrevocably rearranged and categorized. During that time, Irwin was elected to be church treasurer, which he did with great zest. Many nights he would call in the accountant, and together they would create sense of the financial situation so Revenue Canada would be satisfied. After that, he created the Five Guys, became a victim services volunteer, and led a small group in church. With all these ideas circulating in his head, Irwin was happily busy. we must acknowledge that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. An idea is no good if it is not implemented. So that brings us to the second W. Willful, intentional, deliberate, showing a stubborn and determined intention to complete one's plans. We all know that whenever Irwin gets his teeth into a project, he does not let go until it is totally complete in every detail. Irwin's major project has been his health. After his heart attack at an early age, we were gratefully relieved when he allowed Sheldon with a learner's license and me with a driver's license to drive him home from Abbotsford to Vauxhall. This was supposed to be low stress since he had been just discharged from the hospital. We stopped frequently to lower the stress, probably as much for Bruce in the back seat as for Irwin. All these episodes have now concluded with his sitting in line to provide a blood sample. At the same time, tools have been a tremendous satisfaction to Irwin over the years. Boss Builders has taxed his ingenuity. Making silk out of sow's ears has been a major source of gratification for this creative thinker. There were just so many scraps of wood that needed to be put to good use, and so many places that needed a little adjustment or finishing. Find something you love to do and you'll never have to work a day in your life. But Irwin has another life that is not totally connected to tools, but is connected to electronics. Technology has opened huge vistas of opportunity that hand tools could not achieve. Technology has been practical and artsy. Are you on the right picture? It has invaded all his life and the lives of the people blessed to be near him. When he again challenged himself to take up running, it was enhanced by the use of an electronic device called a run keeper. Even with such a gadget, it is amazing that he can observe the same routine year after year and coerce others into joining him in his pursuit. A regimen that has remained a constant in his life since youth is the discipline of reading. He started young and has got others started young as well. The number of books that have been moved from home to home is incalculable. But now we have that problem solved. E-books. They are easy to move and easy to buy and take very little space on the bookshelf. Jared, what books does Grandpa read?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Acts and Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st John, 2nd John, 3rd John, Jude, and Revelations.
We also read that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. All that reading has no doubt developed the next W in him. Worthy, deserving respect and praise because of great merit, character, or value. He is a husband, a father-in-law, and a grandfather. He performs these roles with as much enthusiasm as he does the boss builder's role. Irwin's duties as a husband have changed significantly since he retired. He has taken on the job of chauffeuring his wife at any hour, managing grocery shopping, meal planning, foraging for specialty meals. His interests now include interior decorating, interior design, and fashions. Irwin has done inimitably well as a father to 2 wonderful sons and a father-in-law to 2 lovely daughters. When Sheldon brought Carla, we went camping in the Kananaskis. She brought her bike and had to ride the Pocatera. The guide says, the trail begins at the Pocatera and it's a dramatic backcountry trail that is pure adrenaline. That she stayed with the family, more specifically Sheldon, is a tribute to her dogged determination and love for Sheldon. Some years later, Bruce dared to bring Andrea, having forgotten what had transpired with Carla. Andrea did not have to bike. She was given a spade. Throughout one long summer day, complete with mosquitoes, she dug holes and planted saplings all around the perimeter of the Vauxhall Elementary School. Again, one can only attribute her staying with us to the fact that Andrea was going to get Bruce, no matter the price. Irwin has found that being the father of our clan has been a moving experience. And once they were in their homes, there were dishwashers to install or repair. And whenever any of us girls would find an empty corner, Irwin would build a bathroom for us. And the boys regularly needed fences around their properties. Most of all, Irwin has done well providing for our needs as our table expanded. Becoming a grandfather coincided with the ending of his teaching career. Now he became the great entertainer for his grandchildren. Every project of theirs was pure joy for him, and every moment with Grandpa was absolutely incredible for them.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. How old are you now? I am 70. Did you start that one? Why are you writing so furiously on my computer? I am writing a story.
What's it about?
I don't know, I can't read yet. How old are you, Grandpa?
I'm not sure.
Looking at underwear, mine says I am 79.
Noah took 2 animals of every kind into the ark.
Grandpa, you are so old, you must have been in the ark.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Then why didn't you drown in the flood?
My grandfather worked in a blacksmith shop when he was a young fella, and he used to tell me when he was a little nipper how he toughened himself up so he could stand the hard work of blacksmithing. One story was how he developed his arm and shoulder muscles. As he told it, he would stand outside behind a woodshed with 5-pound potato sack in each hand, extended his arms straight out from his sides and hold them there as long as he could. After a while, he tried 10-pound potato sacks, then 50-pound potato sacks, and finally where he could lift 100-pound potato sacks in each hand and hold his arms straight out for more than 2 full minutes. Then he started putting potatoes in the sacks.
A man begins to show his age about the same time he begins to show pictures of his grandchildren. Every day has been well lived for Irwin. He has been a blessing to us who know him. So let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. After all that reminiscing, I would be remiss not to ask our eldest to give his comments.
Dad has always been a great example to us. One time that stands out to me was when I was 13. Dad had enrolled at the U of L for the Master of Education degree program. At the time, we had only our '78 orange Ford van. It wasn't the best vehicle for commuting to Lethbridge. During the last teachers' convention before he would take the year off to study, we found ourselves at the exhibition grounds for an indoor car sale. Dad was looking for something that would be good for going back and forth to university. He found the perfect car towards the back. It was a late '60s cherry red VW bug, very much like the one they used to have when they were first married. The deal was made and off we went to the hotel. That night, Dad wasn't able to sleep because he felt he had made the wrong decision. The next day we went back and were able to get out of that deal and instead bought a brand new Hyundai Pony. These were the first cars introduced to North America by Hyundai. They were nothing special, but ours would get about 45 miles to the gallon. It was also much more comfortable than the VW would have been. This experience taught me that you need to trust God on the big decisions and that He will give you peace when you are doing what He wants. If you don't have peace, you better reconsider what you were doing. Sometime later, we were once again headed to Lethbridge for a teachers' convention, driving in our '86 Pony. We were coming into Coaldale and had to stop at the traffic light. At the time, there was only one light there. The car was a 5-speed manual, and as Dad was downshifting for the light, suddenly the clutch cable snapped. I didn't know what we were going to do because I thought we couldn't drive anymore. However, Dad didn't panic. Maybe this was his pilot's training coming in. Instead, he showed us that you could still drive the car even without the clutch, and that you could still shift. He drove the car the rest of the way into Lethbridge, right to the dealer's door. That day stands out in my memory. It's a time I was truly impressed with my dad. Dad has also been a great example of faithfulness. Whatever he commits to, he sees it through to the end. He has been happily married to the same woman for almost 47 years. He worked in the same school for over 25 years. He has invested and supported his boys for over 40 years. And he has loved and served God for almost all of his 70 years. He's also been a good encourager to us. He's never tried to make us into another one of himself. He knew that we were individuals and encouraged us to follow our own interests. I'm sure he knew quite early that Bruce and I would never be teachers. In high school, my summer job was working on a farm. Bruce worked in an office doing accounting. There's a really interesting picture of us both dressed in our very different work clothes heading off to work. When I was 19, Dad allowed me to get my Class 1 driver's license, but I paid for it, for the training. He never told me that it was beneath me or that no son of his was going to be a truck driver. He knew that it was more important to be able to do something that you love than to make lots of money. When I went on to study engineering, I'm sure he was very pleased. However, I soon found that I was not happy in that industry. I'd really enjoyed school, but the real world was quite different. I'd always enjoyed building things and have finally come to a place where I enjoy my work even though there are challenges. And now I am able to combine many of my interests into one career. I get to drive trucks and operate equipment. I get to design structures and then also build them. For me, it doesn't get much better than that. Through it all, Dad has supported me, and I appreciate that very much. It is my goal to do the same for my boys. Thank you, Dad, for being such a great example and encourager to all those around you, but especially to your boys and grandchildren.
As a conclusion to all this, we would like to sing this song together. Bless the Lord, O my soul.
Worship His holy name. strength is failing, the end draws near and my time has come. Still my soul will sing your praise unending. 10,000 years and then forevermore. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. I worship your holy name. I worship your holy name.
So the food's ready, so just before we go, I'd just like to pray and bless the meal and Dad as well. Thank you, Father, for Dad. Thank you for the 70 years that you've given him. Thank you for blessing him with good health, that he can enjoy the work that you have for him here. I pray that you would give him many more years of good health. Thank you that you have given him a wonderful wife, and I pray that you would continue to bless their marriage. Thank you for the good relationships that you have given us as a family and friends. I pray that you would keep these relationships strong and that we'd be able to serve and support each other for a long time to come. Thank you for the meal that we are about to share and for the people that have prepared it. Amen. And just a little announcement here. After dessert, we will give Dad a chance to open some packages. You can get yourself some more coffee or punch or cupcakes at that point. And if you feel like you'd like to say anything, you can come grab the mic for now. But first, we're going to eat.